Stronger Humans, how's it going? So you'll see I got a lot of stuff out here. If you're part of the Stronger Human community, which is a free community on school.com, you'll understand what's going on right now. This is Move with Weight number 2, okay? You'll see in Move with Weight number 1, I gave some rope flow movements, and it was timed, and I told you the movement that was coming up, and you know, the thing is I can't make that type of video sustainably. So what Move with Weight is it's my movement practice. It's one of the things that I'm going to be doing each day, and I'm just going to share it with you. During these Move with Weight sessions, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you simpler versions of the movements that you can do so you can regress it to your level with everything that we're using here. So it could be a day that we're using the rope and kettlebell. It could be the day that we're using the rope, kettlebell, sandbag. It might be a day that we're using a sled and a sandbag. But I'm gonna do my practice and just give you a few organic options to mess with so you can work through your pain-free ability. Because, for example, if overhead movements hurt with the rope coming up here, then maybe you should stay down here for a while before you start doing throwing movements. Or maybe you start doing some single arm throwing movements to your level of intensity and ability. So you might be seeing me whip with intensity, but maybe you just go through the range of motion slowly. In the Stronger Human community, you can learn all of the things that I'm going to be doing here. I have a free Rope Flow Foundations course, along with courses to teach you all of these skills. And the thing is I'm going to be continuing to learn more skills and movements, and I'm going to be messing with different concepts and having a level of movement exploration when I do these things and when I do these sessions. And those things will be added to the Stronger Human and will be added to the courses. Okay, so I'm gonna move on and do some light club work. I wanna mention this actually. A goal with these videos is this. Again, I have no music on these videos, okay? What I want you to do is you can take this out with you. You can watch it while you're out doing some flows. You can see some of the stuff I'm doing. You can attempt it. You can have your own music going. I have music going in these earphones right now because I'm just gonna talk to you. And if you don't like me, you can just mute me and watch and do what I do. Or don't do what I do. Okay, so in the Strong community, we have a June-July challenge going on right now. The giveaway or the winnings will be 20 $100 gift cards to the Stronger Human store. And all you have to do is exercise. Share what your practice is looking like. Just do the work. You don't have to give me any money. You just have to share with the community. Do the work. Share your progress. Do some form of flow or strength daily. And you're gonna have a chance to win. That's it. You know, I was talking to my friend Mark Bell. And by the way, for this mace thing, the club actually, what you can do is if you work with a club, you can just do simple 360s, or you can bring this back here, keep your rib cage over the hips, come forward, back here, come forward. You can also simply work on leveraging, okay? So work on letting this piece of equipment leverage you from side to side using your body as a pendulum. And then you could toss and go here. The goal is to maintain good tension through the body while leveraging against this tool, okay? So you have enough tension in the shoulders, and this is one of the reasons why you start with a light object. You start with a light club. This is about 16 pounds or whatever. It's not super heavy, but it's not very light for some people. But start with something light, and then you leverage, okay? So Just move around with it, explore with it, but go at your speed, your pain-free ability, your pain-free range of motion. Another thing that you can do, and one thing I want to let you guys know, is that the rope leads to the club. So, boom, you can practice this with the rope, this pattern, before you choose to grab weight and do that pattern. You'll notice that more of my body is being used here. All right? So, now, I was talking to my friend Mark Bell, and, you know, there's this challenge from, I can't believe I forgot this entrepreneur's name. He's like super famous. The guy who made 75 hard, what's his name? You know what? I am so sorry. I don't usually forget names like that. And I should know his name. And I've said his name multiple times, but at this moment in time, I forgot, and I feel really bad. Anyway, the guy who made 75 hard, that challenge is amazing, because what it breeds in people is the understanding that making progress in your fitness depends on consistency, right? You don't need to do the most every single day, right? But in 75 hard, the thing is you kind of are doing the most. A lot of people don't stick to 75 hard because it's exactly what it's called. It's called 75 hard. And you know what? I appreciate doing hard workouts. But the thing is I think that we should somewhat change our perception on physical practices and physical movement. Not every day. Actually, every day I do some sort of flow, but you know, I also had jujitsu earlier today, right? And my body's feeling a little bit sore, my joints, right? So I use this to feel better, get out into the sun and just jam out to some music. Now, is this hard? For some people, some aspects of this might be hard, but right now you might still be just doing some rope flow and listening to me talk to you while you have your music on. That's not really that hard, is it? But you'll progress. And that's why I'm doing what we're doing in the Stronger Human, where we have these everyday movement challenges. Now that movement might be a workout. Like you might really push yourself really hard on a certain day because it's good to push yourself. And sorry, you guys are gonna see me off camera. It's good to push yourself. If I didn't push myself, I wouldn't have the progress I have in all of these, and all the things I do. As far as fitness is concerned, I've pushed myself and I continue to push myself. But the thing is it's not sustainable to push yourself at 100% every day or to expect 100% effort every time you choose to do something physical, right? Some days you want to just move. So that's why this is a movement medley for me. I'm gonna do some things that are kind of hard. I'm gonna breathe heavy sometimes, but then I'm gonna do movement that refreshes my body, makes my body feel rejuvenated, but I'm still moving. I'm still getting blood flow. My joints are still going, right? And sorry, that might hit the mic, but but I can move. So what I'm saying here is I don't want you to think of your practice as something that has to be hard every day and you got to sweat super hard and you got to do it for an hour. This video might be, I don't know how long I'll be out here. Might be 15 minutes, might be an hour, might be 2. But the thing is when my body's telling me it's time to go, it's time to go. When my body says, hey, back off of that, I listen. I do what my body gives me. And then when I want to push my body, I push. And if it accepts, it accepts. If it tells me and gives me signals to stop, hey, stop. Stop, my friend, before you tear something. Listen, we gotta be smart with this. There's a post from a member of the Stronger Human. I'm gonna put the post right here. This might be one of the middle edits I do of this video. That's why I'm really excited for these videos, actually, because I don't have to do any crazy editing. We're just gonna flow together. That's it. We're just gonna flow together. Got my little pink Ziva kettlebell. Hey boys, don't be embarrassed to flow with your pink kettlebell, okay? Your pink kettlebell is powerful, okay? Powerful. That wasn't very powerful. That didn't really hurt. Pink kettlebell is powerful. But listen, I saw this post, in the Stronger Human, from one of the members. Ooh, if you do some juggling, make sure to take your bracelets off. I love this thing. Okay. Hope I'm still in the camera. I hope I'm still in focus, yo, because if this camera, I'm gonna tell you this right now. There's so many times where I'd be doing this and the camera loses focus on me and I'm blurry. And I watch it, I'm like, shoot, I don't even know how blurry I was, right? If that ever happens, hey, I'm gonna check in on you every now and then and make sure we're not blurry, but I can't focus on that. Okay, so, the thing is you guys are gonna see in all these move with weight videos, I'm doing a lot of different stuff, okay? Shoot, maybe I developed a level of ADHD in my 30s, and I'm actually joking. But you know what's funny? My girl thinks I may have a level of ADHD. I don't want to believe it. If you do have ADHD, obviously there's nothing wrong with it. But you'll see me doing a few things here, right? And a part of you is gonna tell yourself, oh my gosh, there's no way I could do all of that. Or, oh my gosh, it's so overwhelming to learn all this stuff. Listen, during the whole duration of this video, you can do and you can use the rope. You don't have to pick up a kettlebell. You don't have to pick up a sandbag. You don't have to make hard. You don't have to pick up a sled, right? All you have to do is just pick up a rope. Pick up a rope and move, right? That's all you got to do. Whew. Whew. I'm gonna shut up right now and just kind of zone in. I can't yet talk super casually actually, before I do the movements that my body's comfortable with, I can talk. But you do what you can do, and then you learn the different practices. Whew, I wanna do some isos. Actually, you know what? Let's use a slightly heavier bell. I'm warm up this. So I want to talk about this idea of overwhelm again. My thoughts have been a little bit disjointed because I was focusing on the bell. But, you don't have to learn everything at once. If you go into the Stronger Human community, you're going to see that I have courses and programs. Oh, someone's texting me. I got a notification, so I had to edit there. But what I want to share with you guys is this. There's a lot of movement skills that I show. There's a lot of different movements that I do. You may want to learn some of these things. Some of these things might look cool to you. Some of these things might look like they feel good, and they all feel good. That's why I do them. Getting some rotation in the spine here while I'm doing a press. I'm also accessing this press and gait. So I'm getting my spine helping me leverage and push this. I can do this and just do a shoulder press, but I want to really leverage my body for this, get the spine moving. Now there's going to be people that say, hey, that's not optimal for building the shoulder and making your shoulders big. It's not optimal, no. I can just burn it out here, right? I could sit in a seat with my back plastered to the bench. I can minimize all movement so that my shoulder does all of the work and I can get the maximum level of hypertrophy or muscle gain. But I can also do this. I can feed the movement of my spine. I can get some contralateral movement going. Whew. Get a level of compression here. I can get a level, do some breathing here. I can learn to bounce with the weight. I can come back, I can press it. I can still bring a level of fatigue to the shoulder. My shoulder's gonna burn out in a little bit. I can go to failure, but I don't have to. I can get some stimulus, I can get some growth, I can prove at these over a long time, okay? Remember, what I'm doing, what I'm focused on is getting these tissues going, but also learning how to wield this, okay? And I think where I was going with that was this takes time. But I don't want you to put pressure on yourself. I want you to do some practice every day. This is the challenge in the Stronger Human community. Do rope flow every day, 3 to 5 minutes. Pick up your rope, do 3 minutes of flow. And the thing is when you start rope flow, it's gonna definitely be an annoying practice because the rope's gonna hit you. You're going to look like this, where your arms are doing all of the work. This is what the practice is gonna look like. It's just gonna be ugly. You're gonna whack yourself. You're gonna say, I'm not coordinated. You're gonna throw the rope down, you're gonna stomp away, you're gonna go to sleep, you're gonna wake up, and then you're gonna pick up the rope again and you're gonna do it the next day. That's what you're gonna do. Let me tell you, I feel and I felt the same way, okay? It is annoying when what you're doing doesn't look anything like what the person or what the movement you were studying is. You don't look even close to that. And it's frustrating, right? But let me tell you, each day you do this practice and you practice a few moves. Let's say that you're learning the race and chase, and then you come to the propeller, then you come to the underhand, then you come to the propeller, and then you come to the race and chase, then you come to the propeller, then you come to the underhand, you come to the propeller. Let me tell you what else you mess with. You start messing with going into a lunge and rotating. You do the race and chase for a few reps. You do the propeller. When you do the propeller, you go into a horse stance. Now you're getting some movement of your groin, right? You're following the weight of the rope, or you're trying to, because it might not look this smooth initially. Maybe you look like this and you're trying to find it, but soon you're here, and then you come to the underhand, right? Then you come to the propeller. You start to work your footwork. This is just a simple pattern that you could easily get into a flow with, right? But you could learn how to do this in a week or two, right? You could do that. And then you can put the rope away after 2 or 3 minutes. But you do that every day. And listen, what's gonna happen is this. You'll have days. You'll have days that you're out there for 10, 15 minutes because it's feeling kind of good. You're whacking yourself, but it's feeling kind of good, right? Right? You'll just be out there. And then you'll have the days that is just 2 minutes. But doing it a little bit every day and not quitting. Just let me tell you, if you touch it, you do some rotation, you'll feel better than you did before you touched it. This is a practice that you always feel better after you do it than when you started it. You always feel better, always. I'm telling you this. You do it a little bit, you will feel good. You will want to do it more. You will want to do it more. Okay? Oh shit, I don't want to curse during these videos actually. I said, aw, darn it. I said, aw, shoot. Okay, cool, we're recording. Just want to make sure, guys. Got me yapping. Yapping in the video isn't recording. That's the worst place to be. Okay, hope I'm in focus. If I'm not, I'm sorry. I'll come fix it soon, but this will be in the video. But yo, I did the Tim Ferriss show recently. I'm gonna be real. What's so cool about that is I've been listening to that guy since 21 years old. Me and my boy Brian Belaya. Brian, what's up, man? You better be here doing this with me, bro. And we would listen to that show because we were young men. I was a young man who had a single mother. And because I had a single mother, I had a lack of confidence in my understanding of being a man. I was very, I feel like I needed guidance. So when I was 21, I was lucky enough, and you know, when I was young, I was lucky to have a mother that put me in spaces where there were men. She put me on my soccer team. She helped me have a relationship with my soccer coach. She helped me have a relationship with my pastor. She put me amongst the many strong men. So there is that, but also for me, there was just, I felt that I was missing something. I might have not been missing anything, but because I didn't have a true father in my life for most of it, I felt like I was missing something. So I think that's why I got so deep into self-development. And I think this is a good thing, there was a definite side of insecurity for me when it comes to that. Because I felt like I had to read so many books and listen to so many things. And I'm thankful I did. This isn't a regret. That insecurity was good for me. It made me learn, and it makes me continue to learn. But that's also one of the reasons why I was such a dedicated listener of that show. Because Tim has this book called The Tribe of Mentors. I have his book, The Tribe of Mentors, Tools of Titans, 4-Hour Work Week. The Tribe of Mentors was a book where what he did was he interviewed some of the highest performers on the planet and asked them all the same questions to glean out a level of wisdom. Maybe there was one piece of wisdom in something that somebody said. At least this is how it was for me. I wouldn't take everything that person put forward, but there would be a gold nugget somewhere. And that gold nugget would be the advice that I wish my dad gave me. But that's why you just always got to be searching. You always got to be searching for answers. You have to remain curious forever. I hope I wasn't off screen there. I might have been. But you don't want to lose your level of curiosity. And back to my point, me and Brian were listening to that show. We would share ideas, share what we took away from it. And it's really cool to have continued to be so curious over the years that I now had an opportunity to share the things that I have spent all this time learning and all the answers that I've managed to find from different individuals. And I got to share that with somebody who shared so much with me. It's really weird. But with all that being said, I'm just happy. And for all of you who are in the Stronger Human community, and you're here, and you're flowing with me, and you're just maybe doing some rope flow, or you've turned the video off and I'm now yapping into the ether, because quite literally I am yapping into the ether. This place it's a park. There's one kid in a soccer field, or one kid shooting a soccer ball over there, right? And it's just me speaking into nothing. But I'm speaking to you if you're here. Y'all let me know what you think about this video, or these types of videos, just working out together. Let me know if you like them. Because if you do, this is the format I'm going to use. And honestly, I think this is the format I'm going to use anyway, because this is the most sustainable way for me to share this with you. I've made courses and I've structured all of the movements so that you can learn how to move. But when we're here together, you're practicing, just like I'm practicing. Okay, let me pick up this sandbag. Actually, let me drink some water. Okay. Ooh. All right. What were you going to get to? So, let's hit the sandbag. Hope I'm still in the middle. Now, what you guys will be hearing me do right now, I'll just swing this a little bit. This is in the Strong Human Movement Foundations. You might be hearing me making these sounds, right? What's going on when I'm making these sounds with a sandbag? And if you don't want to hear any of this, you can mute me, but I'm going to explain this concept. The Strong Human Movement Foundations, by the way, it won't be on this channel. Actually, it's on my website. It has a bunch of courses for $47. Now, I'm doing something called power breathing. Instead of holding my breath, I'm inhaling when I'm coming down, naturally allowing myself to expand. Ooh. Before I get to that, I want to talk to you guys about an insecurity that I don't think is ever going to go away, but it shouldn't even be an insecurity. More so what it should be. It doesn't matter. When breathing, let's talk about breathing right now, okay? You got to learn how to breathe into the diaphragm when you move. A lot of us are trying to keep our stomach tight. So we're here, right? And when we're breathing, we breathe up here, using all of these accessory muscles while trying to keep our stomach tight. But now there's no diaphragmatic movement because no one wants to let their belly hang out. Okay, no one wants to let that belly hang out. But listen, you need to allow these tissues to relax when you're breathing and just chilling, okay? Because when you're lifting, we'll talk about that in a second. When you're lifting, you still want to breathe here, right? But you want to keep a certain rib cage over hip positioning that you're going to see me do when I do rope flow and everything that I do. But you want to be able to belly breathe. You want to be able to have these accessory muscles, your traps, your pecs. You don't want these to rise, okay? But when I do this, I look like I have a gut. And I kind of do because I'm breathing in here. I'm breathing in here. But this is, I want to explain this to you. I might feel insecure because it's on camera, but this is like, I want you guys to allow these tissues to relax sometimes, right? Still keep good positioning, but let these tissues relax when you need to let them relax. So you'll see me sometimes when I'm just chilling, right? My body is relaxed, still breathing into all these tissues, getting movement throughout all these tissues, but it's gonna look a little, I don't like the way I look. I'd rather be looking like this all the time. This is what I want to look like all the time, but that's not good for me. So now, when you hear me doing this, I inhale on the way down, but I still maintain a level of tension in my torso, right? So I'm still braced. So inhaled, exhale, and you're going to hear me make sound when I do that, okay? I exhale to create tension in my body so that when I do that movement, I can do it successfully, right? I'm not holding my breath. I'm using the breath to help me move in a strong way. And you'll notice when I bring heavier and heavier weights out of me, the sounds will be even more guttural. My breath keeps me safe. If I hold my breath too hard, body doesn't, it's too rigid. We want to be able to have, for example, in my sport of jiu-jitsu, you want to be able to have a level of fluidity with your movement. You can't be tense, but now you're handling another human. So in my mind, the sandbag's a human. And I'm thinking to myself, how would I pick up this human and throw it? I wouldn't hold my breath, I'll tell you that. I get prepared. I'd maintain tension. Now throw him. It's one of the reasons why sandbag movements are so fun, because you'll notice that every time I throw this bag, it's a little bit different. Every time I pick up my opponent in jiu-jitsu, it's not the same thing. My body's in different positions. My approach is somewhat different. So I have to adapt when I approach differently. I have to brace myself in a different way. Could approach wide. That wasn't clean, but you saw I kept my body braced in that fluid approach. It could be more fluid though. But there's a level of tension I create. Okay, I know what I want to do. I want to lift, twist, hoist. That's what I want to try to do. Lift, twist, hoist. So I'm going to lift with one leg. I'm going to land on one leg for a few seconds. Oh, okay. This is where the movement exploration comes in. I want to create a movement. Swing. Okay, okay. That's what I want to do. Maintain tension, hop, drive. Okay. It's gonna be dirty. Down here. Okay. I've never done this movement before. This is something new. But my goal is maintaining tension in this position. All right? And you could go back to rope flow right now. You don't have to do this. Maintain this position. Maintain tension, hop, drive, like a suplex. So I have to maintain clean tension through that whole lifter extension. Okay? Don't do this right now, by the way. You could do it weightless. You go here, hop, drive. You grab a light med ball. Okay, if you have a med ball, which I'm gonna bring a med ball out here with me. And you'll see that I'll have a med ball at the Stronger Human store. You grab your med ball, bring it here, hop, throw, right? You can do this if you're aggressive, but I would not do it with a sandbag right now. But this is where movement exploration comes in. My mind doesn't just think about squatting and hinging. I think about how can I do all these movements in a safe way with load through space. So this would be a progression, all right? Let's do it again. Woo, headphone came off. Okay, I like this. Ooh, I like this so much. This feels so good. Oh my God, this feels so good. This feels amazing. Notice how I'm pushing off the ground also when I throw the sandbag. Sorry about the sounds. Actually, where am I right now? Am I on camera? Yeah, I'm on camera. Okay. I'm gonna do this with a slightly lighter bag. So with 100. 100's gonna allow me to be a little bit more explosive. I like how that felt though. I'm gonna progress that. You know, when I can do that with a 150 pounds, or a 200 pound sandbag, that's gonna be crazy. I know there are already people that are strong, but I'm not that strong yet. That's why the 150's here. Let's do it with 100. Okay, I need to throw it over the opposite shoulder so it can be more rotational. So I'm gonna hop, bring it over the opposite shoulder. So if you're doing this, if you hop, have here, and then you're gonna throw it over your left shoulder. So you go from this plane to this plane, okay? So I'll do it here to the left. Okay, that's nice. Let's move back to the center. It's not going to hear the right. We're gonna hop, be in our right leg, throw over. So what this is gonna be is I want to explain a concept of going from plane to plane. When you do rope flow, you learn this contralateral movement of the spine. Okay, initially you're here, then you learn how to use your spine to lead the rope. As you'll notice, my arms aren't moving right now. My spine's doing the rotation. Okay, so let me explain this concept. My spine is making this infinity shape. Okay, back and forth. It's this infinity symbol. So I'm getting a level of rotation. I'm getting lateral flexion. I'm getting lateral flexion and rotation on both sides. But I'm also coming into my front plane right here. We're going in this front plane, going in this back plane, we're going in this back quadrant, we're going in this forward quadrant, right? So there are times when we are rooted here, right? So I'm gonna show you something. If I keep my head over my foot, I can stay on one leg here forever. This is perfect balance. This is an idea I learned from David Weck. Head over foot, perfect balance. If my head were over here, I wouldn't be able to balance. It's one of the tricks to balance. You don't just, it's not that somebody, there are people that have good balance, slackliners, but there are also people that learn to root their bodies, okay? I learned that if my head goes over my foot, now from my foot to head, I have this strong skeletal leverage where I can kick, right? If I keep this head over this foot, I can kick here and be pretty balanced. You'll see my right foot shifting around, but I can get loose and kick here, right? You know what? Let me take these shoes off. I'm in my Vivos, but I want to be one with the earth right now. I should be getting these electrons from the ground. I should be wearing shoes right now. Although I love my barefoot shoes, right now grass takes precedence. Head over this left foot. I can be here kicking, okay? I can maintain perfect balance. So there's a level of having, good tissue in the feet so that your feet are now doing the job of keeping you balanced, right? But my head is still over this foot. So back to what we were saying with the rope. With the rope, you learn to get in these quadrants, right? You're here when you're running. You're in this infinity symbol. You don't want to be just here like a robot, just boom, boom. Okay, that is simple rotation. That is simple transverse plane. But movement is in multiple dimensions. Okay, movement is rotational. Movement is three-dimensional. As Steve Cotter said in my interview, or in the Mark Bell's Power Project interview, movement is three-dimensional. Okay, so with that being said, going back to the sandbag, when I pick it up in this movement, I'm gonna be here. When I hop to the right, I'm going to load into this back quadrant with the sandbag here, okay? So I'm just gonna try to explain this to you. You can be working out, you could be watching, because you learn this right now, okay? So I'm gonna hop into, boom, hop. When I hop, I'm here, I'm loaded into this back quadrant, okay? I have a strong leg here, and then I'm going to hop back. When I throw, I'm then going to go into this quadrant and throw, okay? It's this contralateral movement, but you learn, right? You learn how to do this coil. I'm not gonna get into the coil right now because I'm gonna be talking too much. But now that I explained that a little bit, that's explained more in The Stronger Human. Let's do this. Okay. Okay. Obviously one side is way better than the other. One side feels more natural than the other. That's okay. New movement. So I'm trying to get into each quadrant, right? Each quadrant. Now, with the rope, you can also get into those quadrants. And I would suggest the rope, if you need a rope flow, again, do the simple stuff. Keep the spine movement pain-free. Don't move the spine in excessive amount. Slow and slow, okay? But when you become experienced and your spine starts to feel stronger, you get stronger rotation, you can then get all of this more contralateral movement, more reaching of the scapula, more rotation of the spine, more violent rotation, where now you can clean that up. that's interesting. So, in rope flow, when you start doing the practice, you're gonna notice, and sorry for the heavy breathing, but I was using my breathing to help me move. There's something we learn in rope flow called circumnavigation. This is in the Rope Flow Foundations course, which is free on school, but circumnavigation has us here, right? We're facing this direction. We come to this neutral position, right? So forward race and chase, propeller. Underhand race and chase, propeller. Now this isn't actually the cardinal directions, but these follow the 4 cardinal directions. Let's just say you're north, south is behind me, north, south, east, west. So we learn to follow the rules of circumnavigation. I'm north with you, my overhand. I'm south, right? I'm east, and I'm west. Now you learn certain patterns like the overhand pattern, the underhand pattern, these dragon, propeller, sneak patterns. You learn these patterns to go from each cardinal direction. So there's level of directionality with the coordination of this practice, right? But over time, you start breaking the rules, because this is the thing. There might be certain laws you can follow. They call it a law of circumnavigation. But right now, I'm just going to break all those rules. I'm gonna hop into my coils. Actually, I'm still circumnavigating. Ooh, okay, I gotta clean it up. Let me figure this out. All right, so stay overhand. I see what I'm missing. I'm missing a level of directionality. Okay, so this is boom, boom. Sorry, I'm messing with something right now, guys. I'm not gonna talk for a bit. No. Quadrant. Let's go here. Quadrant. Okay. Quadrant. Pivot. Boom. No. Gotta follow it. Boom. No. Boom. That'll lead it. Boom. What I'm doing right now isn't standard stuff. It doesn't look clean. I'm messing with stuff, so it looks really dirty right now. I'm gonna share it with you guys. And right now I just feel like doing the rope. Actually, you know, I'm gonna get my mind off of that. I'm gonna do a little bit of club. I'm so mad. I forgot my daylight computer. It's a piece of equipment that allows me to like take notes. It's a tablet that gets reflection of the sun. It doesn't have blue light. It looks like paper. I didn't bring it with me. I like to take notes, but it's not here. We'll have it. You guys will see it in other videos. Not that that matters, but it'll be there. Now. Ooh. As I said, this video is a movement medley. Oh. Oh, that's not clean. There we go. The boy's getting tired. There we go. Oh, there we go. That can happen when you use your gorse with one hand. It's long, so it's a risky thing to use a gorse with one hand. It tapped my foot, I'm okay. Just understand, that swing can be long. Usually it's a two-handed movement. but I like using it with one hand too. It tests my strength, it tests my rotational strength in my shoulders. So we're just gonna be more careful with what we're doing right now. Oh man, okay. Whew. Okay, let's go. Whew. There we go. Okay. Let's get stable. So you'll see periodically, I like to come into positions and just become stable. Someone might ask the question, what is that working? It's working joint stability, joint integrity, tendon strength, and positional strength. So I have to breathe. My torso has to be in a strong position. My scapula has to be stable. And then I can pulse. Now I can switch. Whew, to the other side. Okay, let's come here. Oh, now you see the thing is here, nothing's in pain. This just feels so good. I'm breathing. Breathing's controlled. Messing with different positions. Getting a burn in my shoulders. Is this yielding the most optimal hypertrophy? No. But it's teaching me ways to move, ways to position my body, which helps me become a better mover. This isn't just about building muscle, although you will build muscle. All right? This isn't just about that, although you will get your muscles moving, unless you're just doing rope flow with me, right? You might be doing other stuff, but it's about the way your body feels, making your body feel better, making your body stronger. And you can make your body stronger doing many different things. It doesn't have to just be one thing, okay? So, I feel like doing some squats, split stance squats, and then some Seiza get-ups. Yeah, let's do that. I want to get a burn in my legs a little bit, but I also want to do something getting off the ground. So this is the cool thing about this. You guys can come out to some grass, or if you're at home, if you're doing this in a garage, in a living room, you might have your rope, you might have a bag, you might just have a rope, you might just have a bag, you might just have a club. You better have a rope. That's like the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum. Although the bare minimum would technically be your body, and your body is an amazing tool. Actually, you know what? Let me get some range of motion in my wrists. I'm gonna do that first. So as I said, I'm gonna do some stuff just for me, right? And then you guys can follow along. And you probably know some movements that are the stronger humans. So right now, I'm gonna do some range of motion stuff for my wrists. I'll skip here so you don't have to listen to me yap here. Let me make sure the camera's still going. Actually, you know what, real quick, I'm gonna just let you know what I'm doing, because why not? This is a part of working on your body. This wrist right here, my left wrist, okay? My left wrist has a perfect range of motion. There was an injury I got on my wrist, my right wrist years ago, that makes it hurt when I put pressure into it. Okay, there's some tissue here that's a little bit more solid. Now what I have to do is I have to slowly introduce the range of motion that I have with this wrist into this wrist. And over the next few months, I will have full capacity in this right wrist. It's gonna take a while, but I have to lean into that discomfort and I have to work my pain-free movement ranges of motion. I have to work what I've got. So what ends up happening, by the way, when I do like push-ups is I don't get to use the power of my flat wrist in push-ups. I can do it with fists on the ground, but that pain stops me from putting all of the pressure into that wrist. And I can bump out push-ups, but I can't bump out push-ups with great range of motion. So what I'm doing is I'm slowly integrating more range of motion to this wrist. I'm going to integrate some rotation, and each day this is something that I do to strengthen and bolster my right wrist. Okay? I have a goal of maybe in a year, or maybe a year and a half. This is probably easy for most people. I want to do handstands, push-ups. And that might be a simple thing for some people. But this wrist has really gotten in the way of me putting pressure into it. So I might be able to do it before a year, but you see, I'm setting time spans that I think I can achieve without having to put all of my focus into it. I microdose, getting range of motion into this wrist each day, slowly. I do that a little bit throughout the day, and then over the weeks, over the months, my right wrist will become as strong as my left wrist. I'm going to introduce different deep ranges of motion to this wrist. Rather than avoiding it and doing nothing for it, I'm going to work and move within my pain-free range. I'm going to breathe so that those tissues feel safe enough to change. And in a year and a half, I'll be able to do handstand push-ups. And who knows, it might be before that. But what I'm not going to do is force my body to do handstand push-ups and then injure myself on the journey because my body wasn't ready to handle that stress. So I have the strength, but this is a weak link. This is a weak link in the chain. And once I fix this link, I'll be able to exude some of the skills for calisthenics I'd like to exude. And one day that is a planche push-up. I want to be able to do planche push-ups. So 5 years from now, maybe, or maybe even a lesser time, you're going to see me doing a planche push-up in a video, guys. I've wanted to do that since I was a teenager. But it's possible. The thing is, it takes time. I'm going to share that with you over the span of these videos. I'm going to share with you the things that I'm doing at step 1. And then when I actually achieve it, you will know everything that went into achieving that goal. And you'll be able to do it yourself. You can even start right now. You'll probably get it before me. All right, so let's pulse in this wrist. Ooh. Put more pressure into that wrist. It's something I'd usually do at home, but I'm just going to do it here. You could skip this part of the video, by the way. I'll timestamp it. Getting wrist range of motion. But what I'm doing is I'm moving into that very uncomfortable, almost painful aspect of the wrist. I'm using my tissues to move back and forth. All right, let's put some body weight on it. And pulse, rotate, pulse, rotate, pulse, push back, push in. Okay, whoo-wee. The left wrist, all I need you to do, right wrist, is catch up to what the left wrist can do. I put so much weight in there. You know, this is a guy on YouTube, Lucas Hurdy, Range of Strength. Lucas Hurdy is such a good resource to learn different ways you can move with implements. All right, and I think I've seen him recently looking at a lot of throwers and what they do in exercise. And it's really cool the way that they work out. It's really cool the movements that they do. Throwers, you don't have to do what a thrower does, but you can add in things to be able to exude the way that they move. They're very impressive. Talking about javelin throwers specifically. You can YouTube that. I'm not going to put B-roll here. And one of the things I'm scared about is having my foot hit glass. That would be the worst. That would be instant tetanus. Okay. We're going to do squats. We're going to do split stance squats. We're going to do Seiza get-ups. And we're going to do 20 squats. Okay. This might take a while. We're going to do 20 box squats. Hope I'm still visible. I'm going to take my time with these. I'm not gonna gas myself out. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do 50 squats. I wanna get a little bit uncomfortable right now. So we're gonna do 50 squats. I'm gonna sit when I need to sit and let the video play. I hate that I said I'm gonna do 50 squats because now I have to do 50 squats. And I'll be able to do it, but it's gonna be uncomfortable. So I did 2, 3, okay, it's 22. So, when we're doing these box squats, the place we can rest is where we're seated on this sandbag. My buddy Stone Circle, being on the podcast, he does some crazy shit. I think Stone Circle did 200 or 250 pounds or some shit. Stop cursing, Nsima. 200 or 250 pounds for like hundreds of reps. So we're doing 50 right now. I don't want to kill myself. I'm already fatigued today. But it still sucks. Stone Circle. I appreciate the inspiration, my friend. Some more box sandbag squats. 23. 24. 25. All right, guys, I want to address something. I don't want you to push through pain when you do these things. So you might tell yourself a number. You might say, oh, I'm gonna do 50 with Nsima. But you might start to feel something in your back. Stop. Pick up the rope. Do something else. You gotta listen to your body, okay? One of the reasons why people get injured lifting is because they don't listen to the cues their body tells them to stop. You might feel like your body is losing its positioning. Your rib cage over hip. You're losing it. Your back is starting to bend underneath the load. Stop pushing through that and just stop. Okay, so if my body tells me I rep 40 something, that it's enough, I'm not gonna do it for the camera. I'm not gonna injure myself for you guys. But what I will do is I'm gonna honestly go for that. And if my body allows me to get 50 reps, I will finish with the 50 reps. If my body stops me, I'm gonna not do it, all right? All right. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. We're gonna do sets of 5 now. 4 more sets of 5 for a total of 50. We're gonna be resting here at the bottom. Oh. Holy shit. Oh, so okay. Chill. All right, it's 35 reps. Ooh, baby, these legs are burning. Oh my goodness. Let that burn go away a little bit. Oh my gosh. All right. We good? We good? We good. Oh, you're burning. Okay. Okay. Holy crap, that burns. My VMO is going, baby. Oh my God, that burns. Okay. Oh. But the body is safe. It may burn, but the body is safe. Okay, I'm gonna allow myself to rest a little bit. Let this lactic acid leave. Lactic acid, leave me alone. Whew. This also gets you comfortable with breathing with a load on you. So it might be a rest position, but I'm still sitting with 150 pounds on me, and I'm having to try to recover here. So it's very interesting. Like, if I'm in a grappling match, I have my opponent here, let's say I'm burning. I gotta create some pressure here. Gotta create some pressure here. I have to adjust my body so that I can find these positions to let areas recover while doing something that is still pretty uncomfortable, right? Okay, 5 more reps. One more for good measure. Oh, baby. Oh, that was uncomfortable. So we did 1 extra rep, 51 reps. Oh, let's grab the rope. Oh, let's grab the rope. I didn't do much kettlebell today. I did a little bit. But right now, I don't think I want to do any more kettlebell. I think I'm gonna flow with you guys for a little bit more with the rope. I'll pack this stuff up and go home. Okay. Oh, I told myself I was going to do some split squats and some Seiza get-ups. Oh, I don't want to do squats anymore. We'll do 10 split squats or 10 stagger stance squats. Or actually, you know what? No, we're gonna do 10 horse stance squats. My adductors need some love. Adductors need some love. So we're gonna do 10 horse stance squats. Get that. I'm gonna pause a little bit at the bottom, pulse. Oh, I need to do some overhead movements. You know, one thing that's funny is that I noticed that I have a lot of muscle in my traps, upper back. So I naturally do less overhead movement than I do of these. I avoid it, I try to do it, but like I do it less than I do patterns here in front of my body. But the overhead movements are what my body needs more of. I can still hold this muscle. It's gonna take me some time, but there's a level of tension I need to remove in certain areas so my throw can become even more powerful and more clean. So we're gonna really spend more time with the rope above the head. Oh. Let's take that off the eye. There we go. Okie dokie. Yeah. Let's do single arm. Let's mix out some overhead, front of the body, overhead, front of the body, overhead, front of the body. Oh, we're in it. Oh, I like that. I like that. Let's do it on the left side. Ooh. Ah, this is dirty. Oh, this is dirty. Come on. Symmetrical. You know what's funny? So you can see that I don't have the right coordination, right? Well, I'm right-handed. So it felt so smooth when I was doing that pattern on the right side, but the left side is trying to find what the right side did. This is one of the reasons why rope flow is so cool. You'll do something to the right side of your body, or your dominant side, and then you'll do your other side, and your other side's like, what the fudge is going on here? So now what I gotta do is I gotta search each individual pattern slowly first. So I'm gonna stay here for a bit, coordinate my body with the movement that I was just doing on my right side, which lean back, reach, boom. Instinct, boom. Reach, boom. Reach, boom. Reach, boom. Reach, boom. Reach, boom. Reach, boom. Reach. Reach, boom. All right? Reach, boom. The spine is coiling the rope. So now we have to do this on this side. When we're here, we reach, come through with the elbow. Reach, boom. Picture there's someone in front, boom. Reach, boom. Reach, boom. Oh, this is dirty. Dirty. Rotate. Whole body. Rotate. Whole body. Rotate. Whole body. Rotate. Whole rotate. Oh, that feels good. That feels good. Got to get better at throwing my arm out there with the rope. That felt pretty slingy. Could be better. You know what? I said I was going to do split squats. I'm going to do horse stance squats. I really do want to do those. I'm going to do those with lighter weight. I'm going to do it with 150. We'll do a few with the 150. If it doesn't feel great, do a few more with the 100. I think I said I was going to do 10, right? How are we doing on light? Hope I'm not too dark. I'm pretty dark at this point. Let's bring more light in there. Sorry, guys. That's pretty. Actually, there's a lot of sunlight. Let me show you how much sun there is real quick. And this is why I love this practice. It gets you outside. Gets you in the sun, gets you in some grass. Maybe you're not at a park, maybe you're indoors, which is okay, but I hope some of you guys, if your weather permits, use the opportunity in your summer months to do work outside. One thing I want to say for all of everyone who's black and brown here, the sun is actually more important for us to get. I'm sorry, I'm going to yap for a second. And you know what? Let me do this in an isometric. I might as well not just yap. I might as well get movement in. So, if you're black, the sun is your superpower. I'm not even, this isn't on some, some power shit. This is like, the sun is literally our superpower. We, and our history is in Africa. Or if you're Latin American, you're near the equator where there's ample sun. So your people have evolved to have skin and products within your system like melanin that can give you more of a tan to allow you to stay in the sun longer. But a caveat to this is, for example, if a white person is in the sun for 20 minutes, for you to get the same amount of vitamin D, you might not need to be in the sun for 60 minutes, depending on your skin tone. Maybe could be 120 minutes to get the same amount of vitamin D. So, you're probably understanding why this is so important. And this is why you have to be more deliberate about getting outside than folks that are white. And this isn't a shade of anyone. I know there's some people who are, for some reason, sensitive to when people talk about aspects of differences in ethnicities, but it's just the way we evolved. So if you're black, vitamin D is going to be so beneficial for your hormonal levels, your joint health, your ability to make progress doing these types of practices. And if you don't deliberately go out and get sun, oh, whew. If you don't get sun, whew, you're stabbing yourself or you're playing yourself when it comes to your health. I know it's hard. I know we have stress. I know there's a lot of other things to do in life other than exercise. But your health is the thing that's going to keep you here for a long time. It's going to allow you to achieve your goals. It's going to allow you to go towards the thing that you want to do. And if you don't have your health, what do you have? So the health is the thing that we need to take care of. And if you're black and brown, you need to make an effort to get outside. I'm being serious, get outside. Stop being indoors so much if you can. And when I say that, I don't mean you need to spend all your time outdoors, but get sun for 60 to 90 minutes a day. Get yourself out in the sun. Look on your phone. When is the highest UV time? Now, some of you might not want to go out then. You can get yourself used to high UV, but get out around like a little bit after, during those times for a little bit, and then a little bit after and before those times. Get your morning, afternoon, and evening sun. That's your medicine right there. When I get more sun, I'm healthy. Also, getting more sun when we have our sunny months prepares us for the winter months. The melanin that we build, when it comes to times that there's less sun, we use that almost like a nutrient. So we will use that melanin and get paler, but the darker we are during the summer months, the healthier we'll be during the winter months, okay? There's no problem getting dark. I want to get darker. I don't give up. For some reason, people are so scared of letting their skin get darker. You need that, yo. So that's why, for my black and black folks, and for my white folks too. Now I want to talk to my white people, or my pale people, not even white people, Asians, etc. You guys don't need as much direct sunlight, but sun is still good for you. Okay, I know you take your vitamin D tabs. Sun is still good for you. You guys might need to cover up a little bit more than I do. And my skin can spend a lot of time in the sun. You know, it's the way I evolved, or my people evolved from Nigeria. But the sun is still good. So get some sun. I hope you're doing some of this outside. Okay, let's do a few more horse stance squats. I'll pick this one up. I think I did one isometric rep, so. Yeah, 10 reps. Okay, guys. That was move with weight 2. You might have not stayed till the end of the practice. Maybe you did and you were with me the whole of today. And I will make an effort to film these every single day that I come out to the park and do this. Some days will be 10 minutes, some days will be 60 minutes, some days could be 90 minutes, some days it could be 5 minutes. But I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing, show you what I'm progressing, show you what I'm struggling with, and we can struggle together. If you want to come into the Stronger Human community, work out with a community of people that are just trying to become stronger humans, you'll have different movement practices. Head to school.com/thestrongerhuman. Everything you see me using right here is available at thestrongerhuman.store. Appreciate you guys. See you tomorrow. Oh, also, see you tomorrow. Let's keep it moving.